The Coral Triangle is home to 76% of the world's known coral species. It contains the highest reef fish diversity on the planet, with 37% of the world's reef fish species concentrated in the area. It directly provides food and livelihood to approximately 130 million men, women, youth, and children who reside its coastlines. Women and men play different roles in fishing and coastal communities around the world. They can have different needs, strengths, and perspectives, and it is critical that efforts to conserve natural resources recognize these differences and are inclusive and empowering of all people, irrespective of gender. In the Coral Triangle countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, Solomon Islands, and Timor-Leste, the contributions of women is critical in households engaged in fishing. They participate actively in many aspects of fisheries activities, especially in post-harvest and trading activities. Women often play a leading role in providing adequate food for their families. In this way, the health and long-term sustainability of the marine resources in the Coral Triangle are closely intertwined with women's lives in these countries. Recognizing the valuable role that women play in sustaining the world's epicenter of marine biodiversity, the Coral Triangle Initiative has reaffirmed its commitment to support women who are working towards protecting the Coral Triangle's vast resources. In the 9th Coral Triangle Senior Officials Meeting in November 2013, the Coral Triangle Initiative called on its member countries to actively engage and incorporate the perspectives of women towards achievement of its regional and national plan of action goal. This will be done through the establishment of the Coral Triangle Initiative Women Leaders Forum.
The CTI-CFF Women Leaders Forum is envisioned to, firstly, to function as a peer learning network for women who are playing leadership roles in sustaining the marine resources in the Coral Triangle region. Secondly, to recognize the achievement of grassroots women leaders who are championing marine conservation in the Coral Triangle region. Thirdly, to serve as a platform to build the capacity of women from these countries to take leadership role in marine conservation. And lastly, to support the CTI-CFF in integrating gender principles in its activities.
Recognizing the contribution of grassroots women leaders to marine resource conservation and helping them continue their work through a small grant is one of the key activities of the Coral Triangle Initiative Women Leaders Forum. By showcasing the work of these women leaders, the CTI hopes to inspire more women to take more active roles in conserving and managing their marine resources in the world's epicenter of marine biodiversity. Marta Lotang is the leader of a community organization called Cinta Persahabatan in her village in Kabola, Alor, East Nusa Tenggara in Indonesia. Under Marta's leadership, the group led awareness-raising activities among fishermen to protect coral reefs when using fish traps. She encouraged local law enforcers to pursue cases against those who use dynamite fishing and other unsustainable fishing methods. She voiced communities' concern on law enforcement of unsustainable fishing practices during a bigger forum meeting. Marta also advocated for better marine resource management during village meetings and teaches children attending Sunday school about the importance of taking care of the environment and coastal resources. Francisca Ngor Winfield, or Fran, is the chairperson of the Kudat Turtle Conservation Society in Sabah, Malaysia. Through Fran's leadership, the Kudat Turtle Conservation Society and started working with the communities of Bawang Jamal in Kudat, providing support to establish a community-managed turtle hatchery and a tourist homestay program. Fran has shown an exemplary determination to establish a platform where members of the local public can voice their concerns and take action. Her passion for turtles and protection of their habitats has been her main drive to reach out to local leaders to improve and put in place sustainable development in Kudat that will ensure the protection of its environment and the mainstay of its future economic sustainability. Piwen Lenggarap is the program coordinator of the Manus Environment Conservation Communities Network in Papua New Guinea. Piwen utilizes her skills and knowledge to facilitate the locally managed marine area concept in her community in Pere Village in Manus Province. She understands her customary values and the tenure system in her community, so she approaches the community through the traditional leaders who are the sole decision-making body in the community with regards to natural resource uses. Since then, the Manus Environment Conservation Communities Network, through the leadership of Piwen, has managed to support 10 other coastal communities in drafting their community natural resources management plans. Alma Bul is the treasurer of the Sama-Samang Nakakaisang Pamayanan Eng Silone. It is a community organization in Chalapan City, Oriental Mindolo, Philippines, that is working to increase the community's resilience to climate change and its impacts through coastal protection and income diversification. Elma has been working with Conservation International in the management of the Silone Mangrove Area and Conservation Area and Ecotourism Site, a 42-hectare community-based mangrove forest in their village. Elma encourages the women and youth in her community to participate in these activities, making sure that they understand the purpose and objectives of their methods while helping them increase their household incomes. As a result, the community has recognized the importance of healthy mangrove forests and is currently initiating the expansion of their mangrove protected area. Moira Dasipio is the president of the Isabel Diocese Mothers Union in Isabel Province, Solomon Islands. In the last 3 years, she has led the planning, development, and implementation of the Isabel Ridges to Reef Conservation Plan. The conservation plan includes climate change and resilience considerations, cultural heritage, and sites of local and global environmental significance. During the development of the plan, Moira worked tirelessly to coordinate representatives of Mothers Union to travel across the Isabel to assist women, to attend the planning meetings, help women contribute, and identify their areas of most significant natural resource and cultural significance. Together with a team of community facilitators from every district in Isabel, Moira led the rollout of an extensive awareness campaign for the conservation plan. The key messages that the Mothers Union focus on are about the importance of a healthy, well-managed environment for a healthy community. This awareness campaign has created a huge groundswell of interest in community-based conservation and sustainable natural resource management in Isabel. Robela Mendes is a member of the women's group in Com, a village located inside the Nino Conis Santana National Park in Timor-Leste. In the course of the work to establish a marine protected area in her village, Robela and her peers found out that they could contribute to managing their marine resources by engaging in other sources of livelihood such as traditional weaving, running guest houses for tourists, and vegetable farming. In addition to running small lodges and restaurants for tourists and selling them weavings, the women of Com, led by Robela, also hope to get involved in marketing the fish their men catch, freezing fish in freezers powered by the town's newly installed electricity, and sending them to more distant markets. A number of women leaders are already working towards the conservation and sustainability of the oceans and seas in the Coral Triangle. 12 women leaders of them participated in rigorous peer exchange program in the United States in April to May 2014, aimed to enhance their leadership skills, learn best practices in marine resource management, and identify future training requirements for other women in the Coral Triangle.
the first women's leader peer exchange with 15 women from the Coral Triangle countries, with representatives from the government and non-government organizations, was recently organized, supported by USAID, US Department of Interior and the Coral Triangle Center. The objectives was firstly to share lessons learned, experiences and challenges in tropical marine resources management, and share this among them as well as with US government officials. The action plan is developed. Detailed activities are listed how women can support the goals of the Coral Triangle Initiative by specific actions on the ground as well as across countries.
An initial database of women leaders in the Coral Triangle has also been set up to facilitate learning and exchange of ideas among each other. With these, the Coral Triangle Initiative is paving the way for more women to lead their communities in protecting their marine resources and at the same time becoming a leader in integrated gender-sensitive conservation and development.